What's up, everybody? Jeffrey Lyles Movie Files. We got a lot to talk about. We got a new iteration of the Wonder Years, told from a very different perspective. Surprise, surprise, more Hollywood movies are being delayed until next year, and we have finally cast our new Batwoman. We're gonna break it all down, including a few other things, and as always, our dummy of the week. So let's get things going. Little brother, how you doing?
I'm good. Doing well.
Good deal. Jay King, what's new with you out in Santa Clara, California?
How beautiful this place is. My first time here. We're doing this whirlwind and we're back for the week.
Chief, what's going on with you, man?
Everything's smooth. Everything's smooth. Give a shout out to my coworkers here and my and the listeners. You know, people who still rocking with us after all this time. We appreciate you listening. You know, that's why we do it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so let's start off here. Halle Berry announced that she is stepping away from an opportunity to play a transgender man after backlash from the trans LGBTQ community who wanted authentic representation and basically were like, that's not a good idea for you to do that. So she decided to be a better ally and to step away from the role. What do you guys think about this?
Yeah, let me get into the controversial topic as soon as we start.
Yeah, why not?
Okay, so I don't know if you guys saw that there was a Netflix movie on starring Michelle Rodriguez as a hitman who was seeking revenge after he wakes up and finds out he has been gender reassigned. I don't remember seeing a backlash on that. I mean, mostly because maybe they didn't feel she's a big enough actress. I don't know. I don't know. But it was just like, I understand Halle, like, hey, this probably isn't the role for me. But again, this is one of the few times I'm gonna have to say it's like, who's gonna star in this role? I mean, I guess if you wanted to go to Netflix, I mean, have a smaller audience. I don't see a real big audience for this movie, no matter what. Who's starring? I mean, you could have, what's her name, Laverne Cox in there. But
yeah, there you go.
I mean, it's just,
Cox
yeah. I mean, it's like that's what we're going with. I mean, if you want to do that, sure. But I mean, if I'm Halle, it's like I'm pretty sure I could find a better role. I mean, that's almost like a manager. Come on, like give me someone to meet. Something that people are gonna go see. So I don't think it was a bad move on her part. And then, I mean, and you know, if she felt the backlash, I'm not saying it's with any cynicism. It's like, oh, okay, people care that I'm in this role. Okay, I'll choose another one. So it was a good move for her.
Yeah, it's not like this is going to be some new role for Halle at this point to put her on a new plane. She's got her Oscar, so it's not like she's an unknown who needed a big break in this.
Yeah.
She has other opportunities for stuff. Jay King, what do you think?
The LGBT community has really, look, and this is going to sound insensitive, but whatever. The LGBT community is.
Hey, Chief.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, we'll get Javon straight. What do you think about all this?
You know what, man? I get it, and then I don't get it. So, if you guys like, and I get like, you know, if I'm getting playing a white actor playing a black man in a movie, or a black actor playing an Asian man in a movie. I understand you saying, hey, you know, what the hell is this? But in essence, you're asking for someone who's had a change to look like a certain, like certain things to me aren't like if sometimes I feel like if you guys want a movie the way you want it, then you should fund the movie. You know what I mean? Like, where are it's like the creators of this content. Like, if I have a movie and I say, well, shit, I want you to play in it and you to play in it. And, I'm going to present this movie to the studios and they like it. And I got an idea in my head for who I want for these parts. And the actors say, yes, they'll do the parts. And then people are like, no, that's not what we want. I'm like, well, this wasn't your idea. You know what I mean? Like, they're actors in a sense. So a straight actor can't play a gay man because gay actors have been playing straight people. Have we complained? Has there been a complaint? I mean, Neil Patrick Harris played the straightest dude ever.
A womanizer.
Right, a womanizer. Hell, he was on Harold and Kumar playing a dude. That's all he wanted to do. Like,
and he was great in those roles.
Right, he was great in those roles. So I'm saying it wasn't. You can have a actor play something that isn't. You know what I mean? Like other. I don't even know, and that's the thing about it. Not being from that world or whatever. Sometimes you don't know how to. So the LGBTQ community, So whatever whoever, y'all are gonna get y'all movies. I mean, for real. There's a character, from my understanding, in almost every show now. We've got one of Supergirl. I heard some women talking the other day about a character like that in The Shy. You're getting, they're starting to come through and represent y'all. But you know what I mean? Are you going to argue about every role? So you're saying that an actor can't play? Like, it has to be a person? You know what I mean? Like, for example, if you get an American guy to play an African, we need an authentic African now. We need an American white man can't play a European white man anymore.
Or actor can't play
the other way around.
Right, or the other way around. Like, yo, they're actors. They have range. Let them do their thing. Like, you pretty much now, everybody's getting representation in a show, in a movie. Hell, even movies that has black people, we're like, we're not going to see that movie. That's still a black exploitation film. You know what I mean? The Green Book. So, but they're still doing what they call, quote unquote, black movies, or they're doing, transgender. Can I say transgender without offending anybody? Transgender movies. There's transgender shows now.
You absolutely can. There's no sense on that. Okay.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know. I don't want to, you know what I mean? I don't want to get into a pickle because I'm not from that and they're like, you bastard, So, but they're getting represented out here, and even as a minority, we're all getting represented. Maybe not the way we all like, but I mean, we're talking about actors now.
Mm-hmm.
Do they have
It's
to?
An interesting question.
Does every actor have to be transgendered? Hell, is there enough transgendered actors to go around?
Well, that was my question. Who's going to play these roles? Are the actors available? And if they are, can they sell the role? Are they good enough to be in this role? You got to take these things into consideration, man. This is art at the end of the day, and it's not going to be a total depiction of life. So you're not going to have, for example, in a movie like Black Panther, everybody's not going to be an African who is a Wakandan in this movie because it's a movie. It's art. People are playing roles. People are playing parts. the inclusion argument is moot for this because it's there. These stories are being told, and I'm pretty sure there are people who are sharing that same experience, or at least from the lens or perspective, who are sitting at the table and making decisions because they chose or cast an actor who is not a full representation. That's more business decision or actual casting business decision than anything else because we still got to sell this thing. It's a movie. We got to sell it.
Well, Javon, check this out. Now, is it a problem if a gay woman plays a transgender? Is that going to upset them? Or is it a problem if a gay man plays a transgender? Or would it be a problem if Halle Berry was bisexual and she was going up for this movie? So you're saying that only transgender people now can play transgender roles. Only gay people can play gay people. Only straight people can play straight people. I don't know if that's right. You know what I mean?
It's not.
When we're talking sexual orientation, we're talking a range for actors. When we're talking because hell, as a heterosexual man, I think that's a hell of a thing for a straight actor to play a gay man in a movie and end up kissing another dude. As a straight man, I wouldn't want that role.
So question real quick for you. If Brokeback Mountain was made in 2020, would they absolutely say we can't have straight guys in this role?
Well, it would have been an uproar. It would have been an uproar.
That's the culture now.
Because the argument would have been
part of the dynamic of the movie was, at least one of them was not like, I don't know about that. That's not how I'm feeling. So I'm curious because I thought that was part of what made that movie, the fact that there was this kind of repressed feeling of I'm attracted to this dude and he's attracted to me, but I'm supposed, quote unquote, to be straight. But I'm curious now how that casting will play out.
Jeff, given the times we're in, somebody would have had an uproar about it. I guarantee it. Because why couldn't these roles went to gay men? There would have been somebody making the argument. Somebody would have made that argument. I mean, we clutch a straw so much when it comes to these type of things these days that we almost devalidate ourselves. People who devalidate their arguments, they devalidate themselves when they start to argue this stuff. Because it's like, look, have some damn perspective here. This is not an assault against anyone's community. This is people. We're talking about actors playing roles. We're not talking about Angelina Jolie playing Rosa Parks or
Julia Roberts playing Harriet Tubman.
Yeah, we're not talking about that. We're not talking about Vin Diesel playing give me somebody, or better yet, give me Vin Diesel. Or better yet, Vin Diesel starring as a gay man of historic significance. He's not playing somebody like, I don't know, Harvey Firestein's life story. This is Vin Diesel as Harvey Firestein. No, we're not talking about that.
All right,
or
so
Scarlett Johansson in anything.
She's not Russian. All right, let's move on here. So, breaking sort of news. Batwoman has found its new woman under the cowl, Javicia or Javica, whichever way. We'll have to do a post edit to actually insert how to pronounce her name. Let's say it's Javicia Leslie has been cast as the new lead on the show. She is a black woman, and in her statement, I'm extremely proud to be the first black actress to play the iconic role of Batwoman on television. And as a bisexual woman, I'm honored to join this groundbreaking show, which has been such a trailblazer for the LGBTQ plus community. And I'm really curious what the plus is, because it seems like we're always adding to it. Anyhow, this is kind of huge because now the CW has another show with a black lead. And Batwoman is even more interesting because, at least in the case of the original cast, and I don't know who's going to be there, who's going to be shifted out because of the change away from Kate Kane, they had a pretty decent minority cast to begin with. It was her girlfriend, her stepsister, Her tech guy was also black, and I guess her mother-in-law's dead. But that was a pretty significant amount of the supporting cast actually being a minority. I'm curious if they'll keep them around, or if they'll shift up that dynamic a bit more. Maybe give her a white girlfriend just to quote unquote balance things back out. What do you guys think about this though? Jace, I'll let you step into it first time. What do you think about this one?
This show needed a giant reboot. I think all of us tried to watch it, and the writing just wasn't engaging enough to keep us there. So adding a new lead, I mean, and this is like going back to the previous conversations, like this is like kind of they stated, hey, we're gonna stick with the LGBT lead on our show, and it's like, okay, that's cool. Like, I mean, and she actually played in God Friended Me. She played I mean, authentic character, I guess, since she was a lesbian in that show. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, so it kind of is like, oh, okay. So people are used to seeing her in that role, and then doesn't feel like she's, I guess she's definitely not pandering to anybody. So it's like, okay, cool. She's a good actress. It helped, and I think I don't know what this means for old Luke Fox, because I don't know if they're going to be okay with having, I mean, a CW show having two black leads.
I know, right?
I think Luke might get killed off in episode 1, and somehow Tyler Fox comes in the show. But yeah, I think she's a good actress, so I think it's good casting, can really help. I hope it revitalizes the show, because it is the show that kind of bumps Supergirl from its 8 o'clock spot, which I hated, because it conflicted with watching Walking Dead, and Walking Dead was most likely, especially in the Angela King era, was always going to win that battle. So maybe they come up with a better story for Batwoman, especially since she's now going to be part of she's part of the Arrowverse, so she's got to get thrown in the complete deep end of everything all in one season. So I think it's going to be, it's a challenge. I hope the writers are up for it. Or otherwise it'll probably get canceled by the end of next season.
I'm very curious because this is something, they push black, not to call her Black Woman, Batwoman as a very key part of the CW dynamic. And with the Arrowverse, like they immediately put her in this position of, hey, well, she's really important. She's one of the paragons, and it wasn't so much a thing of, oh, she's new, we'll throw her in for a few minutes. Like they made her a significant part.
Well, that was a mistake, because it's like now it's like Ruby Rose is gone, so it's like, is the Batwoman the paragon? Do we not care about paragons? Is that not a thing now that Crisis is over? Is new Batwoman gonna have a seat at the JLA table, just like Kate Kane had?
Yeah. Chief, what do you think about this?
I don't even know if I gave a stone's throw to make a ripple in the water, to be honest with you.
Really gone to the old time expressions. You said you were in a pickle, now you're a stone's throw.
Yeah, man. Look, here as far as I'm concerned, I don't care. They could have put a transgender in as Batwoman. I don't know. I don't care. I watched maybe one Batwoman, 2 shows, maybe 2 shows. I had no vested interest in it. Like I said, they can put whoever they want in there as Batwoman. It doesn't bother me. I don't, I wasn't hoping. Now you have your fingers crossed, like I hope they get. If they had put another white woman in there, I'd have been fine. Like I said, if they had put a black person in there, I'm fine. If they had put a transgender person in there, I'd been fine. So, what I'm concerned about with Batwoman is who the hell's writing? You know what I mean? Can we get something that makes the story interesting, to hold the attention? It was one of those, you know what I mean? It's one of those shows. Remember how at one point Supergirl was really good, and then I don't know, like they fired their writers or something. I don't know what happened, and then that show was just garbage. And
I feel like they didn't fire the writers. They just, I don't know what happened.
They got
Well, but that's what I'm saying. Like sometimes the actors don't make the show. Because I don't think Melissa was Benoit, I don't think she's a hell of an actress.
Yes.
Right. I don't think she's a great actress. You know what I mean? Which is funny because
she needs somebody to work on. She's actually a pretty decent actress. It's a lot of times it's material for her.
Well, listen, maybe it's the material, but I've never been like. It's almost like watching Keanu Reeves to me. And I'm serious, because I don't think Keanu Reeves is a great actor, but his movies just have like they're just the shit with the writing and the action, and you know it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? So I always go back to the first Matrix when the White Rabbit showed up at his doorstep, and he was like, it just reminded me of that Bill and Ted moment. I thought it was gonna be like gnarly, dude. So yeah, I don't think, like I said, I don't think Keanu Reeves is great. So I think that whoever writes the show should get better versus who they put in the lead. In this case with Batwoman. I mean, that's just my opinion. But I'm no one.
You're someone cheap. Your opinion matters. Javon, I got some news for you. I'm very curious your take on this.
Jeffrey, all opinions matter.
What?
Yes, they do, Jace. Yes, they do.
All right, well, I want to start with Javon's opinion first.
Okay.
So, Lee Daniels is going to be producing a reboot of the Wonder Years set from 1968 to 1973, featuring a black middle-class family in Montgomery, Alabama. What do you think? How quickly do you want to sign off?
I'll be honest with you. I'm going to give it a watch. But I know it's Lee Daniels. I'm going to give it a watch because that's it's interesting to take the show there. I thought they would have tried to modernize it a little more and make it the 90s Wonder Years. And yeah, I was like, nah. But that's a very interesting time because you think about that time period, man, a lot happened between then. And to see it from a black family growing up and coming up of age or what have you in Alabama during that time,
man, I
touched on a lot of things.
I said, I'm not going to Alabama now. Damn near
I'm not going to Alabama now, right? So to have it told through that lens, I think if they do it right, it's going to be an eye opener, and it's going to revisit a part of history that a lot of people may want to forget right now, don't want to revisit right now. Even as this climate, we're talking 2021, 2022 when the show is on the air. It's going to be a year at least because they got to film.
Gosh. Yeah. I don't think anything will change. So.
Yeah, I don't think nothing's going to change. This is where we are right now.
They could shoot it in the fall because if they test everybody straight, they can keep it on a closed set basically, and it doesn't necessarily have to be next year.
Yeah, it could be on TV by next year at least. I think it's point in time to do it. I think it's a good time in history to cover because, like I said, if this was the Wonder Years in the 90s or the 80s, I don't want to see the Black Goldbergs or a black version of another show. This could really, they could really touch on some things, man, make it heartfelt and be a really good standout show. But like I said, I was going to allude to that point. It's going to be Lee Daniels, so I know he's going to throw a lot of elements in there, and you know what I'm talking about. And it's not to have a problem with that. Is that when that becomes overtly the narrative of the show, I'm always treading lightly with Lee Daniels because he always throws something wacky in the mix. It's over the top. It's too much of a pushing of an agenda. Just make a show. Just make a show is what I'm hoping for. Make a good one.
All right, Jace, how about you?
Okay. Hate to start a topic off with but I don't know. I mean, I probably would give it a premiere, depending on what network it's on, because that is actually important. Because if it's on ABC, it may have a chance. If it's on NBC, might not have a chance. But I mean, like, I mean, hey, I was the one who watched the Wonder Years. I watched the Wonder Years probably till its last episode. If you, I mean, this is, I mean, if you're going to do it in Alabama, that's going to be a very deep show, and I wonder how you could do that and have people engage, especially now, because a lot of folks don't like heavy drums. I mean, I know, like, a lot of folks like, what is it? This Is Us, but I see a lot of people falling off on that show. Um, I'm wondering how long a run you could have with a show, especially because as much as everybody loves to say they're woke, Black Lives Matter, on their commercials and TV shows, and on their Facebook posts, I'm wondering how much they're really going to want it when nobody's watching them. How much they're going to actually watch the show. I mean, again, and not saying that I'm going to watch it, dedicatedly either, because I mean, I might have it might not be compelling. So I'll give it a run. I won't. I'm not automatically hating on it. I'll see where it goes.
Chief, you got any thoughts on this, man?
I'm looking for my phone that's in my hand, so you know. You know what's going on in my life right now. Yeah, you know what, man? The Wonder Years, it had its time, man. Winnie, Kevin, Madeline. It was I don't know, man. Did we need a black remake? I don't think so. The 60s, Alabama, we're going to have to deal with the bombing, right? Wasn't that in Alabama, the church bombing during that period?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so there's going to be an episode about that. And
Dr. King's assassination. It's going to be a lot to cover.
Yeah, definitely.
Vietnam.
Right.
Yeah, man, I don't know. Man, I hate to admit it, man, but everything's got me so wide right now. I don't know if I need any more stimulation. You know what I mean? Like, I think I'm overstimulated with everything at this point in time. So I don't know if I'm up to seeing a Wonder Years. I mean, shit, you can't really have a program in any year with a black family for real right now. And I think I'm just a little oversaturated with it right now. And like I said, you picked Alabama for a reason. You know what I mean? That's not. You just don't point at a map and say Alabama. Two places you don't say Alabama and Delaware. You know what I mean? and Delaware because you're gonna be bored to death. So I just. I mean that's true. I mean, who anybody ever heard say, man, I'm going to Delaware for the weekend? No. So it's just one of those things.
Apologize to our Delaware listeners out there.
Yeah, well, I'm saying it's not a nice place. It's very quiet and it's very easy to get through.
They know where they live.
You drive
exactly
right. When you're driving on when you're driving on 95, you are in and out of Delaware before you even realize it. But you better stick to that speed limit because they don't play. But yeah, Alabama, man. Nah, I'm not feeling it. I don't know. It might turn out to be a great program, but just the way I feel right now about everything, I just don't need any more racial divide in my heart.
There you go.
I'm just yeah.
So I have a real question for you guys. At what point do the movie studios realize, as far as movies go, maybe 2020 is a wash, unless we're going to go direct to video? maybe we should just plan to not have our movies come out. We've seen a lot of films like Wonder Woman, 1984, get delayed multiple times. Tenet pushed back to the latest to join that cause is uh, the latest Halloween in Candyman. And Candyman feels like has also been pushed back twice already. Are they going to realize that maybe until we figure out what's going on and to really put a hold on this virus, you shouldn't expect your film to come out this year? Jace,
You
are
guys
they
just
listening or what?
aren't American. I mean, we're gonna go out into the movies. We're gonna go see what we like to see, no matter what. Okay, maybe not. Yeah, I don't. It's not even. I can't even say it's like selfish or anything. It's like you're just being bullheaded. It's like, hey, I know your stock options, your bonuses are tied to what you guys make in the box office in a year. I mean, I know it hurts to hear that. I mean, to have that realization, but it's done. I mean, it's like when Fast and the Furious said we're bouncing.
Yeah.
It's like you should know. It's like a movie that expects and knows in the right situation it's going to make $1 bajillion, and you aren't following suit. It's just like, again, like I said a couple episodes, unless you have $100 million budget, do not. I mean, it's just like it's just arrogant to try and put something like that in theaters. Like for something like Candyman, I don't even. I mean, it's like I don't know if that is the director's first directorial debut, and if they're trying to like help. I mean, because they're still releasing it this year, right?
Yep.
It's like
still the plan.
And I mean, it's like, hey, if you say, hey, we're pushing it back to put it into Halloween time, well, then it should have been there all. I mean, in the first place. But if that's not your intention, it's like this is a movie. It's like, hey, people will. I think people will watch that movie direct to video in their house, and if it's good, people will tell, hey, watch this movie. It's great in your house. I think that's it. Because I doubt that's got a huge budget. I think you would get a critical mass of people who would watch that if it's good. And it's not like, oh, I'm going to go over to my friend's house and tell them and watch it, with my 24-hour pass. It's like, no, go buy the daggone movie. So I'm thinking they're stupid for that. And it's like, it's a wash. Get over it. You're not going to be able to buy what you want this year. The rest of it, all us people can't do the same thing. So just say, hey, 2020 is a wash. Well, we will have the best movie season ever. We'll look like, what was it, 2012, where there was like every week was a blockbuster, and go from there.
Yeah. Chief, what do you think?
So, yeah. David, I can't help to think that movie theaters would be a little bit smarter if they came out with apps. Maybe you pay $10 a month for the app, right? But on that app, you got to pay for the movies. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe they charge, you pay $10 a month for the app itself, and they charge you $15 a movie. And then you can just, when they put the movies out, you can watch them from your house. And, you're still paying, depends on what movies you want to see, you're still paying, $25, $40 a month to see movies. And that's, Netflix is one stock you ain't really see drop during this time. Because I'm not going to them. Listen, if you want to die over a movie, that is your business. I don't believe in going. I just don't want to see a movie that bad where, right. And then and it looked like 2020 was going to be pretty good for movies. There's several movies that I was hoping that. Matter of fact, I did watch that Kevin Bacon movie, and I paid $20 for the rental. I paid paid $20 for the rental. Let me tell you, that's how. But this is what I'm saying. If you have, you're sitting in a house without entertainment, people are looking for sources. So this, creating an app where you can watch the movies is a source of entertainment. People will pay. I mean, what are we spending our money on? We're not hitting restaurants like that. We're not vacationing like that this year. I mean, what are we talking about? And to be honest with you, we're not even talking about a whole bunch of people coming over watching a movie.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You're having movie nights.
Right. We're not having like no big movie night. So unless I got a big family, I'm not like, yeah, everybody come over. Because you can't distance enough in a living room. You know what I mean? And unless you're a movie star. We see something in the living room talking about, everybody stay inside. Right. But, it just doesn't make sense. So I just think that I'm not going to see any of these movies. Like I said, the drive-in movie theater was a good idea. If you want to put some of those movies on the drive-in, that's fine. But, man, let them things fly. Listen, 2020 just took an L. What the hell are you grabbing at? 2020 just took an L for this year. So it's just an L year. So it is what it is.
All right.
I don't know.
Javon, what you think, man? You ready to start going to theaters yet?
No. I'll be honest with you. Like, this travel right here has been the most paranoid I've ever been in my life. But we've been doing a good job. It's just being around people, man. And everybody's not as cautious or as mindful as you would like them to be or as you are yourself. So that's always something to keep in mind. And what I've noticed being at some restaurants, some things have been out here, dude, it's real easy to forget that there is a pandemic still going on. Wow. Because it really is. It's really easy to forget because the store's open, you're in a restaurant, so you're just thinking, hey, life resumes. This was something we really had to adjust to. And unless it's thoroughly reinforced like it was, let's say, the month of April when you couldn't go nowhere without somebody. If somebody coughed in their mask, everybody kind of backed away and ran away from a person and looked at them side-eyed. It's gotten warmer. Restrictions are being lifted. It's a big push to get back to life. So it's real easy for you to kind of forget that there's still a pandemic going on. That's why the numbers aren't stabilizing the way we'd like to see. Saying all of that to say, as much as I'd like to go to the movies or to my favorite restaurant, favorite bar and all of that, it's not time yet. So with that said, it's not time. I wouldn't feel comfortable, and I don't think others should feel comfortable yet, man. You think of how many people pack into a premiere weekend of a movie, a big movie. Think of how many people you get in the theater for a big premiere weekend.
And think of how inconsiderate they are just on the norm.
On the norm. Just on the regs. So imagine now during the pandemic, dude. It's still not time. And studios, look, I understand pushing the movies back, but you've already seen what on-demand viewing can yield. I mean, people will buy a movie. If you put their blockbuster out, dude, there's no reason you feel like, okay, we're just not going to get the movie gate. We're not going to get the box office gate. It's tabulated differently, man. Now's the best time to be testing this theory out, dude. Give it a test. You can't. It's almost lose-lose, right, Jeff? Am I right, Jeff, or am I talking about my butt?
I don't understand, because I feel like a movie like Candyman absolutely would do big business. Yep. Wait till October, however close to Halloween you can get it, put it out, and bam. People, you don't have to have that experience with 200 strangers. It's even better for a horror movie alone, maybe with two other people.
In your dark living room.
Yeah, exactly. You don't have somebody's cell phone light disrupting, taking you out of that moment when Candyman comes out. I don't know. I think that maybe there's like a top tier blockbusters. Yeah, they would make sense to see them in the theater and just hold out until then. But most films are not blockbusters that need that theater experience.
Exactly. And I'll tell you what, too, for those kind of films, I'm sorry, Jay, for
No,
those kind of films that aren't top tier blockbusters, what that can do is you have a captive audience by default. People are at home. Roll the
Yeah, I
dice,
mean,
man. Roll the
every
dice.
time a movie drops, like on Netflix, it is trending for at least the weekend. People were watching Hamilton on Disney Plus, an event on Friday when it dropped. So I just feel like that opportunity, that market is just waiting to see some stuff. Jace, what were you saying?
Mm-hmm.
no, I was gonna say it's like I mean it's almost like Trevon was saying it's like just put a cap on it. It's like anything if it costs under 75 million to make or under 50 million to make, put it on demand. Just go from there. Put it on like whatever streaming service. I mean, because most of these apps, I mean, most of these studios have their own individual apps that you need to pay for. So just put it on your app and make it the featured thing. If it's like a blockbuster or something you want to make some money, just like put it outside the trial window, and go from there.
I feel like most films, some romantic comedies, probably a horror movie, aren't going to cost that much.
Like, think of how many times it's like, I know how many romantic comedies I've watched since the pandemic started. I'm pretty sure they don't have a big budget. And I mean, most of it's like, yeah, just give me content. I'll take it. Like, whatever. It's like,
Yeah,
you want
they
me to pay
should not.
for this? Sure, whatever.
If you get a film like Invisible Man and only costs you under 10 million, then you're doing pretty good to get, let's say, 40, 50 million just from people watching it at home. Anyway, let's move on to another topic. Speaking of Invisible Man, Lee Winnell, the guy who directed Invisible Man, is now in talks to direct Ryan Gosling in the Wolfman film. I am not so sure I am ready to sign on for Ryan Gosling as Wolfman. But what do you guys think about this? Steve, you saw Invisible Man. You were the one that got me going on that. What's your take on this?
All right, you asked me or Jace?
You.
Okay, I didn't know. I didn't know if it was a relaxed piece or was it a Jace?
You.
Right. Did Wolfman just come out?
Done Dracula.
Cool.
So this is, I guess, the last one.
But they did Wolfman with what's my man from the Talking. He talks fast. He was hilarious in Usual Suspect.
Del Toro.
Man, that was 10 years ago.
Benicio
del Toro. Wow.
Well, all right. So it was 10. It might have been 10 years ago, right?
Yeah.
But it was like it's like a fresh 10. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. And I'm a werewolf fanatic. Well. Like and that's what I'm saying. Like I've seen I've probably seen every werewolf movie actually, because I go searching for them. I saw all the Howlings even when they got stupid. If you're out there listening, or you guys, if you haven't seen Dog Soldiers, I recommend you go watch it. Excellent werewolf movie. Wolfman. See, and the reason why I don't like Wolfman is because they're along the line of my man's and like Lon Chaney Jr. Where I'm more of a werewolf guy. American Werewolf in London, American Werewolf in Paris. Like I said, Dog Soldiers. What's the one that the dude could talk? Big Bad Wolf. The girl with the Mario Hanaway, Bad Moon.
You are a Wolfman aficionado.
So we're talking werewolves in those movies. I'm not really keen on a wolf man. Something about it just doesn't, even when you watched Penny Dreadful and Josh Hartnett was the, I just didn't like a wolf man. So in my mind, it's still kind of Benicio del Toro, I guess that's his name. It's still kind of fresh to me. And that movie, only good part of that movie was the scene where he had the doctor had him in the wheelchair, and he was like, "I will kill all of you." And then, that was the best, that particular scene. But the rest of the scenes, So, yeah, if it's a werewolf movie, perhaps. If it's a Wolfman movie, other than, like I said, the original one from when you was a kid, the Lon Chaney one, the Lon Chaney Jr. one, but that was, like, we're talking about when we were kids, and we're also talking about, like, this was the 50s or 60s when that was made. So, like, things scared people back then. I don't think the Wolfman is scary nowadays, really, technically. I don't know. So, it'll be interesting to see, I guess, his take on it. I'll probably watch it because it is a werewolf, quote unquote werewolf movie, but for some reason the quality fell off. Like, the more we do with werewolves lately, the less quality the story is. You know what I mean?
Chief kind of summed it up, especially with Gosling playing it. Nothing to me with a werewolf movie and the werewolf character, he's got to be kind of intimidating, kind of tough before he becomes a werewolf, right?
Right.
To me, it just goes with the personality.
Yeah.
Yeah. He can be dark and all that, brooding and all that. Right. I would like to see that with the werewolf, so it kind of fits into the personality of, and he can assume that personality, even when he's not the werewolf. Gosling just has a punchable face. Like, I'm sorry. He's either, what is he? He's either the Notebook guy, the guy in the schmaltzy romantic movies. That's what the romantic, not even romantic comedy, just the Notebook dramas. Or the Yearning. Yeah, he's that guy. He's either him or he's like, who else he kind of reminds me of? Remember James Spader in the 80s, how he was everybody's 80s rich asshole douchebag? That's Ryan Gosling's face. Like, if he played that role, Ryan Gosling could have got away with playing that role for a solid 10 years like James Spader did. This rich white privilege oozing out of my pores guy. He's got that face. I don't see him as being anybody's werewolf, anybody's tough guy, brooding, none of that. I don't see it. And plus, like she said, the werewolf movies just haven't been good. They haven't. And that goes back to Jack Nicholson's Wolf. That was,
It was a dog.
Wasn't Spader in that?
I don't know about that one.
I think it was.
All right. So I want to play a game here because, we're always talking to have these deep, serious discussions. One of my Facebook friends posed this, and I was like, well, that's easy. So I decided to see how long it could take us before we finally exhausted this. He proposed, and since this is what he came up with, I'm going to start with the one he did. Let's play a game where I'm going to give you a letter, and you got to come up with a movie. You can't look up, so don't cheat. It starts with this letter. We're going to see how long we can go before we exhaust this letter. It's kind of like Saigon for letter P. We're going to do the letter R with movie titles. I'm going to start. We just see how long we go. All right. Revenge of the Sith.
Rage Up in Harlem.
All right.
Reservoir Dogs.
How'd you shout out? Rawhead Rex.
Rocky.
Nice.
Revenge of
Rambo.
the Nerds.
Nice.
Nerds.
Oh, it's back to me again. Red.
Red 2.
Run.
Raising Cain.
Chief, is back to you.
Ready or Not? Is that what it's called?
That is a movie.
Raising Arizona.
Right.
Radio Flyer.
Richie Rich.
Jace.
Revenge of the Nerds 2.
Rocky 3. Ron?
Rambo 6.
Ah.
There is one.
No, there is not one.
There is Rambo.
Feels like it.
There is Rambo.
Rambo.
Is it Rambo 6, ain't it?
Rambo.
5. I think this last one was 5.
Was it 5? I thought it was 6.
Oh, it's called First Blood. All right, Javon, what you got?
Rad. No, Rad. Like Rad, dude. R-A-D. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, that's a great movie. Recruit.
Oh, yeah. Terrible. Terribly good.
Return of the Jedi.
Red Sonja.
Ooh, good.
Y'all are making this hard up early. Rise of Skywalker.
Like, that's not a movie. And the game. Red Dawn.
Okay.
Oh, you saw me.
Got you already. Return of the King.
Ooh, come on, Chief.
Okay.
RoboCop.
RoboCop 2.
RoboCop 3.
That didn't happen.
Raging Bull.
All right, Chief, you got one?
Was there Rayman?
Yeah.
Did somebody say that?
Yep. Nope, nobody said it. Raiders of the Lost Ark. Tom Cruise.
Rocket Man.
There you go.
Oh, okay. You already said Rain Man.
Risky Business.
There you go.
What's the joint we saw last night?
Okay, Rogue One.
What the hell was that Arnold
Back to me.
Schwarzenegger movie?
Rosemary's Baby.
Okay.
Runaway.
What's the one the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie? Didn't it start with an R when he had to the Running Man? Yep. Yeah. Did somebody say that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got that.
Nope.
Running Man 2008.
That didn't happen.
Oh.
Jeff is making up movies.
Colin Farrell's on it. It's not good. I don't know if it's 2008, but Colin Farrell's in it, and he was also not good. All right, Javon.
Rollerball.
Rollerblades.
Guess you can't go Prairie of the Roller Boys, huh?
Roadhouse.
Roadhouse. Nice.
Nice. Requiem for a Dream.
Nah, dude, I've seen that movie like 25, 30 times.
Wow.
I love that movie.
That's pretty good. All right. Well, fellas, it's that magical time of the week. Who is your nominees for Dummies of the Week? JC said you got one, so who you got?
You know, I hate to repeat Dummies of the Week, but when they make it so easy, I can't help but do it. My Dummy of the Week is once again Ms. J.K. Rowling. After getting, basically browbeat by all of her people who did her movies, she decided to, she needed to stand up for people who were, feeling bad for people calling them an idiot online. And, so she decided to sign up with 150 other figures to sign a letter condemning public shaming, also known as cancel culture in their vernacular. Because it's just mean to call people, racist and, bigot online, even when they're acting like a racist or bigot. So go ahead, Ms. Rollins, make yourself look like that next Harry Potter sequel is probably not going to get made because all your audience is just going to be like, I'm done with you. So yeah, for trying to cancel about, extra couple $1 billion in our bank account, I'm going to call Ms. J.K. Rowling Dummy of the Week.
Strong choice. Jay King, you got one?
I got a solid 2. I'm gonna run it real quick. Number one, whoever's running the WNBA's return to action. I don't know if anybody, if y'all have seen this, fellas and folks, please look this up. The accommodations for the WNBA have not been stellar. They got bed bugs and critters in their rooms. They staying at while their male counterparts are staying on the most luxurious accommodations Disneyland or Disney World has to offer. They are staying at like the Days Inn, and it ain't even Days Inn. It's like it's like the Hotel Coral Essex or something, man. They were taking pictures. Some of the ladies were taking pictures of the accommodations, the rooms, the bugs, the worm. They had worms. Somebody had like one of the big hairy worms. Yeah, they got like the separate little laundry quarters where you can. They got a little like 2 washing machines, 2 dryers where you can do your laundry on every other floor. The ice machine out in the hallway. They're staying in that. Meanwhile, LeBron and them are farting through silk over there on the Disney compound. It's so sad. It's so sad. I say the WNBA and the whoever's running the show there, y'all got to fix that, man, because that's just dumb and wrong. And number 2, Madonna, man, please stop doing stuff for attention. You're 60 years old. You're Madonna. You really don't have to take topless photos. You don't have to post videos of your son doing a goofy Black Lives Matter dance. You don't have to do any of these things. You're Madonna. You don't have to do. You just don't. Have some damn dignity. You're Madonna. You're Madonna. You came before all of it. Gaga, whoever. You came before it all. You have some dignity. Be above the fray. Be above all that. When you're sitting there.
Some of Madonna's videos were goofy dancing now.
Huh?
Some of Madonna's videos consist of a lot of goofy dancing. So
most of them, but we're not talking about her. She posted a video of her son doing like an interpretive dance in honor of George Floyd. It was like, what the hell is going on? Is everybody on drugs? We don't need this. We don't need this. He was dancing to They Don't Care About Us. And it was like, just surreal to watch. Like, what the hell? What? Like, why? Who asked for this? If you want to do anything, donate some money, man. Go and stand at a march, a protest, and contribute your time, man. Don't do this like pointless dance and say this was for the cause. It wasn't for the cause. It was for you to post on your damn social media to get some attention. When Madonna at 60 still feels the need to post topless, it's like, come on, man. You don't have to do this. You don't. Be above it.
That's good stuff. Is that your second one? Yeah, I guess it was. Chief, you got
was.
one?
Kanye West starting to irritate me, man. And what's going to be more irritating if he takes away the black votes and black people vote for his silly ass.
Come on, man. You know that's not happening. Anybody who
let me tell you something, man.
Probably not
let me
in the first place.
Let me tell you something that you may not know. Last election, 11,500 and some odd ass people got out of their bed election day, went down to the booths, stood in line, got into the thing, and voted for Harambe, the gorilla. 11,000 people, dude, voted for a gorilla that was shot. So we're talking about a dude who has, 20 million followers on his social media platforms. Even if this fool took away 2 million of the vote, it's 2 million too much. Like, you just never know, man. And if this dude, like, they're saying he's not joking. It's not. You never know. They might even put him in. The government might even put him in, knowing that he's going to take away some votes to get this other fool out of the office. Like, if I was Trump, I'd be like, let him in. Because the people who vote for Kanye aren't voting for Biden. So I think he's just, I'm like, what the hell, dude? Is anybody exhausted?
Not just you.
Chief, yeah, no, it's not just you. It's not just you, trust me.
You
I
know, I
laugh and
thought you
keep
were
from
going to talk
crying.
about him saying he no longer supports Trump, and he also had a bout with COVID, and he calls the corona vaccine the mark of the beast. I thought those were going to be the kind of stories you went with.
Man,
If
I'm on.
I
I'm
got this
overloaded,
to say
man.
with that, Chief, I want to piggyback. I got one thing to say with that.
Man, get on
Everybody
that piggy
listening,
ride, baby.
please, if you're listening right now, anybody coast to coast, you hear me when I say this. If you vote for Kanye West, I have a unique skill set that I've developed. I will come to your house. I will find you. I will come to your house. I'll come to where you rest, and I will slap you in the mouth with a full, whole sockeye salmon. Not my hand.
Mm-mm.
I'm going to slap you across the face with a fish. Because that's what you deserve. Do not do it. Be smart. Because, it's been said, but your damn life may depend on your next vote. Please act like it does, because look at where we are now. And we can't afford another 4 years like this. We be to kill each other. Everybody. It's not a game.
All right, so my choice for Dummy of the Week, since y'all took it, was Kanye, because he was definitely on mine. His Little John on talking about receiving federally funded paycheck protection program loans. He explained that touring is a main source of income, and since COVID has become a part of our lives, I've been off the road for months and likely will be for at least the rest of the year. How does Little John not have residuals?
Wait, he's saying his money messed up?
Yeah.
Incomes don't pay for themselves, Jeff. I mean,
what'd you say?
A pimp challenge don't pay for itself now. I mean, that's a smart thing to do. And look, even with the residuals, man, look, they make their money on the road. He does parties and all that DJing. He need that money. I don't blame him.
Turned down for what?
They're giving it away.
Yeah, they really are.
Yeah, they're giving it away. A monkey would take money. Hell yeah, a monkey would take money and he got a pocket to put in there.
That's not good.
Wait a second. Wait. All right. So, ready for this one? With everything going on, I've decided that every Saturday night I'm doing live DJ sets from my house. I had to not only completely dive in and learn a new skill set, but it costs money.
Push a button.
I was about to say, it's called, you can deduct that from your taxes. Get over it.
To do these streams right every week, see Teddy Riley, there's a lot of production and equipment involved that I've actually had to acquire a new employee that does my video content and tech aspects. It's been important to me that fans are able to view my DJ sets while getting the best experience they can watching from home. So with that comes the expenses and labor. He already has 11 employees claimed.
I was going to say, does he have the Cash App on the website?
I'm sure he does.
I love it. It. You know why? Because he's completely full of shit. Completely. Yeah, I took the money.
That's like the Lakers getting small business loan aid too. So if they're giving it to you, get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, fellas, that is it. Thank you so much, as always, for rolling with me, and thank y'all out there for listening. This episode of Lyle's Movie Files has been filed.